County Board of Supervisors met at a regular first of the month meeting in their boardroom in Newton County Courthouse in Taylor, Mississippi on the first day of May 2023 at 10 o'clock a.m. Present for the meeting included the following: Charles Mose, President of the Board; Charles Godwin, Vice President; Kenneth Harris, Joe Alexander, and Jackie Johnson; George Stacy, Clerk of the Board; Steve Seal, County Administrator; and Jason Mangum, Board Attorney, were also present. Sheriff Jody Pennington opened the meeting as prescribed by law, and George Hayes was opening prayer. Minutes of April 3rd, 2023 board meeting were read for correction. Charles Godwin made a motion. Joe Alexander Board seconded the motion to accept April 3rd, 2023 board minutes as corrected. The motion carried unanimously. Approval of the docket. Joe Alexander made a motion. Kenneth Harris voiced the second motion to approve the docket as presented and recommended by the comptroller. The motion carried unanimously. Travel approval. Sue Graham, Caleb Bryce, and Nancy Smith. Joe Alexander made a motion. Kenneth Harris voiced the second motion to approve travel for Sue Graham to attend the Justice Court Clerk Spring Seminar in Biloxi, May 17th through 19th. Nancy Smith, Election Commissioner, to ECAM Summer Meeting in Meridian on May the 23rd, 2023. And Caleb Bryce, Emergency Management Coordinator Training at Fire Academy, May the 10th. The motion carried unanimously. Surplus property declaration and advertisement for bid. Charles Mose made a motion. Joe Alexander voiced the second motion to declare one used Massey Ferguson 471 tractor property of B3, property number 153-9153 is surplus property and post for bids. It shall be open on May 18th, 2023 after 9 o'clock a.m. The motion carried unanimously. The sheriff advised the board that a county ambulance was located at the sheriff's department would be placed in their repair shop and seated. Machine to be fixed. Page 2. Check number 136629 payable to Forest Family Practice has been lost and needs to be voided, and a new check issued in the amount of $595 from the general fund. Joe Alexander made a motion. Charles Mose voiced the second motion to void the check and reissue it. The motion carried unanimously. Noted the delinquent justice court fines collected for the month of March 21, 2023 to April 2023 with $2,262.84. American Municipal Services had not made settlement at that time. At the time of this report period, there were 171 new cases open during the period with fines in the amount of $47,596.50 levied, with $2,808.75 from the new cases collected. There were 62 dismissals for the period. Special docket approved. Joe Alexander made a motion. Kenneth Harris voiced the second motion to approve the special docket for Gibbstown Lawrence Fire Department for $2,683.47 for fund number 132 Fire Truck Repair Fund, and to the U.S. Post Office for $146 from fund number 400 Solid Waste Fund, and to the Naval Surface Warfare Central for $1,800. The motion carried unanimously. Noted the board discussed the requirement for Massey for the renters of the show barn to post $1 million insurance policy with the county listed as an additional insured. Advertisement of county resources, Turkey Creek Water Park. Joe Alexander made a motion. Charles Godwin made a second motion to advertise county resources for Turkey Creek Water Park in the amount of $250. The motion carried unanimously. Change in assessments and homesteads approved. Joe Alexander made a motion. Kenneth Harris voiced the second motion to approve changes in homesteads and land rolls recommended by the tax assessor. The motion carried unanimously. Brian Taylor, new county fire coordinator, met with the board to discuss purchase of a new fire truck. Mr. Taylor advised the board that the state had provided $250,000 for fire truck acquisition for Newton County. Mr. Taylor also requested the board to apply for RIF-TAB funds also available through the state. The sheriff advised the board that his office was closing out Homeland Security grant. Advertisement to purchase new fire trucks. Joe Alexander made a motion. Charles Godwin was the second motion to purchase one or more new single or dual cab pump fire trucks to be purchased on state contract and apply for around 14 RIF-TAB fire truck funds from the state. The motion carried unanimously. Park Engineering and T.L. Wallace contract. Joe Alexander made a motion, Jackie Johnson voiced the second motion to have county engineer contact T.L. Wallace and Company and advise them that Newton County would continue with liquidated damages concerning paving contracts T.L. Wallace has with Newton County. Motion carried unanimously. A discussion was had between the county engineering board concerning progress on projects within the county. Jackie Johnson made a motion, Joe Alexander voiced second motion to pursue Buckley Road Bridge project and B5. Motion carried unanimously. ERBR projects, Joe Alexander made a motion, Jackie Johnson voiced second motion to pursue more projects with ERBR funds. Motion carried unanimously. Another Newton County School requested school bus turnaround on James and Pamela Maxey property in Chunky. Excuse me, 16 section leases approved for Newton County School. Jackie Johnson made a motion, Charles Godwin voiced a second motion to approve 16 section leases as recommended by Newton County Schools on Joe Warren and Bruce Nicholson leases. The motion carried unanimously. Employee changes, Thomas Jones B2 part-time at $11.50 an hour, Kane Riley B2 part-time at $11 an hour, Holly Smith tax office full-time at $2,400 a month, Lisa Grayson 911 full-time at $12 an hour, James Smith landfill part-time at $15 an hour, Jonathan Finch temporary at $13 an hour. Noted B5 entered private property of Bobby Kenner to remove debris from a recent storm that's causing problems for County Road and B5. Page 4, Ken Harris made a motion to close the meeting, see if executive session on economic development is necessary. The room is clear except the board, clerk of the board, county administrator, and board attorney. Ken Harris made a motion, Joe Alexander voiced second motion to enter into executive session on economic development. The motion carried unanimously. Same group as above were present. Jackie Johnson made a motion, Joe Alexander voiced the second motion to come out of the executive session on economic development. No action taken. The motion carried unanimously. Charles Godwin made a motion, Ken Harris voiced the second motion to recess until May 18, 2023 at 9:12 p.m.
Thank you, Joe. Let's go back to page 1 and see if we got any corrections on it or deletions. Page 2. Page 3. Page 4. Now, can we get a motion on that?
So moved.
Second. All in favor? Carried.
I said you can flip over the seats or you can open the tractor bid if you want to. It's after 9. Or you can wait. You gotta lay it up here and do it when you're ready.
Okay. All right. We'll do the 16 section lease. Let's go to Jason Kittle, Fire Chief of Lake. Come on up, Jason.
How are y'all?
Good. Come on up and have a seat. You're welcome to.
I want to talk to y'all today about a couple roads over in Lake. The town of Lake annexed some land, the Lake PD already covers the area. I'd like to get to where I can cover it through the fire department, respond to it, the primary department over the area.
Well, we never did get anything after that new annexation to show where the line was or anything. Did you, Charles? What road you talking about?
I got two of them in the town of Lake. The only way to access them, one of them's come right past my fire station. One of the name's Montrose Road, and the other one's name's Home Street.
Hey, have we got anything?
He's going to get it right now.
We got it on our parcels, but I'll get a picture of it.
Okay, run get it, we'll talk, we can be talking while you gone. Well, as far as I'm concerned, you know, we have it, but we may need to get something on the minutes to verify it, because what's the other road?
Oh,
That right by the fire department, no-brainer there, I would think, but.
On, Home Street, Montrose Road, and, Highway 80, right there, just to the BP 100, and I'd like to see if I can talk y'all into I-20 from BP 100 back to the Scott County, Nick County line. I mean,
Well, let me ask, is that gonna be, is that in the city of Lake now?
The Lake PD covers all the way to the BP 100, and we, they don't really patrol the interstate, but I know they patrol all the way out to the BP 100.
Yeah, I think the SO coincides right there at the interstate where it goes under, 80 goes under the interstate right there. I think SO, that's about where they stop at, is right there.
What we would have to do, thank you, Mr. President, is, well, we'd have to do,
MOU or something, wouldn't it? But, I mean, the only way to get to Montrose Road is to go into Scott County.
Oh, yeah,
And
right.
then back.
Oh, hey, look, I had to go out there the other day. That's it, that's the only way in there.
You drive right past my fire station to go to,
The question is Lake taking over the maintenance of that road?
I'm not sure on the maintenance to that part.
If it's in the city, they did.
Huh?
If they annexed it, they did.
No, they haven't.
it's not in the city.
Oh, it's not in the city?
Charles complained about garbage pickups.
Well, if they annexed it, okay, but we pick up garbage on Montrose and on Holmes, we pick up garbage. And we maintain the road. I mean, I don't have a problem with the fire department. That's where part of this confusion is, when all of a sudden we got part of Newton County annexed into the city of Lake.
Yes, sir.
Right. It's kind of like Union, because Union is half Neshoba, half Newton, so it gets interesting. But as far as,
We just either have to have an MOU or, what's the other thing when we work with the city, what's it called? Interlocal agreement, would be all we have to have.
I think.
We got interlocal agreement forms down there in the office. We just had to change it up, to put it on there.
Doesn't the city of Lake pick up garbage?
The city does it, the county does. The Scott County covers the garbage
Okay,
pickup.
so the Scott County gonna pick up on Montrose and Holmes?
I'm not, I can't answer that.
Well,
What you need, John? That's in your beat, tell me
Well, I'm
what you
just asking you a question.
need. You want to clarify it?
Yeah. It's been a little dispute, ongoing dispute about who picks the garbage up on Holmes Road for a long time.
Yes, sir, I really can't answer them on the garbage side. I mean, I'm just here on the fire department side.
You just do the fire department and
Yes, sir. I'm
do
the
what
way
about the other road?
It'd be beneficial for us on the fire department end for sure, for them to help pick up those roads because they're so far out there and they can be there a lot less time. But the rest of it, like you said, garbage wise and road wise.
And that's probably gonna be what's gonna be, but for what he's here for, we just need to make sure that
Interlocal agreement.
interlocal agreement is
Okay.
deal. Cause I'm sure, who would our closest county department be?
Gift out Lawrence.
Alright, they probably still gonna wanna respond.
Yeah, and they will,
I
right.
do not have a problem with them responding. I actually,
We just don't wanna do something that's that end up, 'cause you know they go.
No, we know Kittrell well, so it's not
I
an
mean,
issue.
I'm good with the whole
Yeah.
thing, we wanna make sure we get all our eyes dotted.
That's not, that won't affect the, fire district line.
No.
It don't affect the fire district line, and everybody knows where they're at, I don't either.
No,
I think
he
we
said
just
he
need to
wanted to
know that.
respond to the state.
just,
That's gonna affect the fire district.
Now, you leave the fire districts alone, he'll just get paged also.
Yeah,
Now,
so,
our
yeah.
department will still get
Dual
paid, it'd be a dual
Right.
page, one out of Scott County, one out of Newton County. Which, now how will y'all handle that in our office?
So dispatch, we'll have to get with dispatch on, if that comes out, dispatch will have to get in touch with Scott County's dispatch. So there'll be a little bit of a time delay there, just in between getting in
But they
touch.
probably should still be our department.
They
Cause it's much
Gift
closer.
out Lawrence, they may not, on some of the stuff, just because, depends on how fast they get it out to dispatch. But it should be close. It would definitely help with the timely manner.
as long as it's got dispatch time to time, we can pretty much be there. I got my assistant chief, he lives, mile from the fire station. He's pretty much on top of it, getting the fire truck, getting that out there.
That's just helping the taxpayers. Yeah, that's just helping the taxpayers.
This is gonna be just for the law side, that's all we have on our,
Jody, you aware of what you want to do as far as the interstate?
Jody probably don't know anything about that.
So I don't think we would jump on top of this without Jody being aware.
But
it's on the back
But
page.
what he's offering ain't gonna change.
It shouldn't change anything with SO.
He's
It's
something strictly fire.
just for fire. He's not any law enforcement side or anything. Just fire side.
You know, I don't see what that would change Jody's deal at all. And
Now,
Jody's
here-
gonna go in the county, period, if it's in Lawrence.
Okay, well, we're talking about an interlocal agreement on his end to get an interlocal agreement for the cities to come together right there, those roads.
Now, sometimes if we do have a call with law enforcement, then we'll call Scott County to see if there's any officer or late on duty to have them go out there and work it, like Rex or,
But can you get an interlocal agreement for both sides of that?
I'm not sure on that. I wouldn't see why not, but, I can't answer that.
Yeah, I didn't.
So this orange,
That's the interstate, yes, sir.
all right, so the road we're talking about is here, and here. This one is right.
That's, Highway 80 is,
Highway 80 over there.
All right.
that's 489.
So where's the road we're talking about? Is there any
Montrose,
I think
there's a little white lines in the record. They drive two roads on it.
Yeah, that cutoff road right there,
Yeah.
Montrose.
They're not a governmental entity.
No.
So we're just giving them the okay to come in and
Help
fire
us.
protection in
That's
the
right.
event that fire breaks out in the city of Lake.
Why do we need to be legal?
Yeah, just, we
Is
can
it
do it,
legal now?
we can do an MOU with the Lake Volunteer Fire Department, allowing them to provide fire services for these roads, and we good.
You should have one of those in your office down there that he could sign before he left, since he's the chief.
I'm just looking to help y'all out, covering y'all assistance and
Well, you're gonna take all the
also.
help.
Is that the
We
moment?
have asked for them a couple times for sure out there in that area to back us up already, just because they're out there. I mean, it's that easy.
Well, at the moment right now, like Montrose Road, Lawrence has to be paged out to it. They have to go through the city of Lake to get to it. And there's several others.
What's y'all's fire rate?
I wanna say it's a 7 right now.
That's basically what we are in the county, so it won't have any effect on the insurance premium.
In fact, I think this kind of launches are 8,
But you're saying, no, that was still.
I think about 9.
9.
I said, I haven't looked at that
That's
even
one
do
thing
it.
that will help anywhere they go. It'll help the people that's living there go from a 9 to a 7 if they can cover them in a timely manner. So like I said, this is a win-win situation. It just helps the taxpayers.
I mean, a lot of times we can't get nothing to give it to Lawrence, nothing against them.
All right, here's what we need to do, and let's move on. Jason, we need an interlocal agreement, is that what you take?
I think just a memorandum of understanding, because they're not a governmental entity, so we could.
You get
really
that?
Interlocal.
If you'll get that, and we'll bring it, bring it back, get him to sign it, bring it back to us, we'll put it on the board minutes, and that way we'll be covered.
See if I go.
They're just not, volunteer fire departments are a weird animal.
Yeah, even though it's a city, they're a volunteer department.
Yes.
They don't have any hired employees. So,
Now, if it was a city
Catered.
of Lake paid, kind of like Forest. Forest has a paid fire department, then that's a part of Forest umbrella. But these volunteer fire departments, kind of like Decatur, they have, the only thing they have to do with Decatur Board of Aldermen is that they get funds appropriated through the taxes. Maybe need to get Jody involved and brother Brian Taylor. Yeah, I mean, they just need to be aware.
Right. We can send out an email.
But if a fire breaks out on this Montrose Road, I'm sure they're gonna be calling Lake anyway.
We will.
If you were down there, took your house, you probably. Yes, sir.
$100.
That's right.
$100.
Yeah, time it does.
Yeah.
Appreciate y'all.
Yes, sir.
He's gonna get that done.
Okay. Yes. Gravel, Valley, yeah. Yes, thank you.
I can't figure out where this road is at the time.
Where do you go? That's the road,
There's two roads, not roads.
He didn't give y'all very much to go off of. He needed to go to the left a little bit to get all of it.
But it's those two little short roads.
It's just those two little roads that are forking off right there, off the side of the map.
All right, let's move on, Ken. All right, our engineer man, I don't know your name. Come on up. Y'all throwing too many at us.
Hey,
Finally got John down.
Yeah, he said he's got great news. We don't hold him to that. He's probably gonna be just.
John, have a seat, tell us what's going on.
Yes, sir. Well, I am Daniel Russell. I met y'all last year when we initially came into the county and kind of started taking on things. John does send his regrets, but as soon as I told him that I was coming up here to visit with y'all, he was like, I'm not going to, and took off the other way. So he's over in Wayne County right now, taking care of them. But what I got is the first thing, it's the most important thing we're going to do today is an invitation. And because I'm not 100% on y'all's name, I'm sorry if I give you the wrong one. I'll try. Mr. Jason? Yes, sir. Mr. Steve? Mr. Jackie? Yes.
That's my twin brother.
Okay. All right, you're Mr. Joe.
What's left there?
Mr. Godwin?
Hello.
Close. Mr. Mullins? And then you're Mr. Kenny. Appreciate it. Okay, I'll completely forget that next time.
Take that for a compliment.
Yeah. I said, John Rose, who was that compliment? You or Jack?
Both of them. So, that is an invitation to, on the coast, you know, we got the county engineers meeting and the engineers meeting, or not engineers meeting, but the all the supervisors convention, all the different lawyers meetings, all that kind of stuff. Y'all all are invited. We're gonna have a reception at it's the White House Hotel. It's gonna be Wednesday night. And basically what we're doing this year is we're just bringing all the counties in at one time. So we're gonna have y'all, we're gonna have Clark, Wayne, Jones, and Jasper all coming together. Chantry's invited too, but we just handed out an invitation specifically to the board, so that way hopefully we don't upset anybody who's down the road who doesn't get an invitation that's supposed to get one. So, but y'all are invited. It'll be Wednesday night. I think that's going to be the 14th. And we're going to have a whole crew there, and we're going to hopefully have some good food and some good drink and visit.
Okay, thank you.
Yes, sir. All right. The other thing I've got for you is that we finally have some paving going on. I don't know if y'all have noticed.
Well, we noticed a little electric going on.
Well, Mr. Hollingsworth has finally moved in. I got him stacked up in other counties too, and so I'm begging him to finish with y'all because I need him down in Jasper ASAP. But he managed to put out right at 1,000 tons last Friday and Saturday, and he's supposed to mow back in tomorrow and do Friday and Saturday again. So you should see hopefully another 1,000 tons. We got two good.
Where did they work last time?
Not saying, and the next year.
I knew they were coming, but I didn't know where.
Stratton Road was a lot better.
Yeah, right. I think they feel like a little bit, but I'm not sure, so
That's someone usual.
No, he's moving. You know, he's like I said, I got him in Jasper County on the project that I'm supposed to have him down there on too, and he is. It's been since November of last year. He still hasn't gotten to me. But we're seeing that across the board.
You're ahead of us, just so you know.
Yeah, we've been waiting 20 years.
Yeah, that's what I'm getting at. He's trying to catch up, and I'm on him like white on rice, trying to get him to move forward. But it's one of those deals. These contractors are all loaded up because there's a lot of money rolling around right now. So, but we're gonna keep on him and hopefully get some more paving done before it's all said and done. That's all I had to present. And John said something about y'all had an HVAC project that y'all wanted to talk about.
Yeah,
I contacted them yesterday to see if they could help out designing and getting some specs for us for Sumner Davis, MSU never did come up with anybody, they returned my call last time I called, so.
We're not gonna have anybody that's in that field, that kind of.
He's a mechanical engineer.
I am a mechanical
Okay.
engineer,
Well, hey,
but
that's what I do.
because of the size of this, I'll probably get one of our sub-consultants. We partner with, I don't know how much John has explained to y'all how big we are to a degree, but we, our private side, we do a lot of poultry work. In the past 2 decades, there's been 11 greenfield chicken plants built in the entire nation, in the entire continental United States. We built 10 of them. So we have built 8 Sanderson Farms greenfield poultry plants from the ground up. We've built all their feed mills, all their hatcheries, basically everything to do with Sanderson Farms up until the merger, we've been doing it. Now currently they've been taken over by Wayne Sanderson, so we're trying to see how that's going to play out. So we may not do the next one, I don't know. But we've also worked for, we built Pico Pocahontas, we built Simmons Foods in North Arkansas. We built Costco's poultry plant up in Nebraska, up there in the north somewhere. So we partner with several electrical. We have an electrical engineer that we partner with. We've got a couple of different mechanical engineers that we partner with, a couple of different structural engineers. So we have a pretty big network on the ability to handle any type project that pops up. So for this HVAC project, I would probably bring one of them in just because it is a government building and I'd like someone with extreme expertise. I have done some HVAC stuff, but I try to stick to the lower rungs, just,
I like how you put that.
That's one of those units in the window.
yeah, I size the units in the window, that's right.
You got your engineer.
He's got that degree.
Well,
And the electrical line, stick it in the socket.
But if, my first question is gonna be, do we have any plans on what's here? Either architectural plans, any actual HVAC plans on what's here?
Just left.
All we've got are plans for the courthouse. The other guys, George, to my knowledge, didn't leave any plans or anything. And that company's gone out of business since they installed it.
Okay. But you do have architectural plans where we could get sizing of the rooms and that kind of thing. Okay. Are the units on the roof or the units down on the ground?
Units are on the roof.
Okay. With the units being on the roof, that's gonna make it where I want to call out my HVAC guy and have him come out here and look at them. If they were down on the ground, I go around and take some pictures of them, but I'd rather him come out and actually physically lay eyes on them and let him see what he thinks he needs to do. Are they just struggling to keep up, or?
We've had it in 8 years.
And then we've changed out enough compressors that every pickup we got was hauled. It wasn't, according to our last person on site, they weren't plumbed right from the factory when it was installed.
Okay.
It originally had chillers and a boiler.
Okay.
Went with individual little units now.
Okay.
What's that, VIR?
Okay.
I think that's what terrible.
Okay.
It's a mini split on the steroids.
Yeah. So it's basically, how many units do you have?
I couldn't answer that, if I had
4 or 5.
I think it's 5.
5 or 6, maybe 5.
He's got it divided into 4 regions. So
So 4 zones.
4 zones.
Okay. Yeah, so basically he's
Are
got.
we going to include 911?
If you include 911, that'd be 5.
That's what's all, that's all
Everybody lives new.
perfectly framed, so I don't.
Yeah, the 911 is good.
Your man can probably tell us more about what we need and what we know.
Yeah, that's what we probably need him to come out, and I don't know where you can or not. It would probably be something you'd want to look at and see if we could get those units on the station on the ground. I don't know where it could be done with the way that it's crane, set them up there on top for future, you know, on down the road, it'd probably be more economical if you could do that. I mean, it's gonna cost something to do that, and you might not be able to the way it's designed, but that would be one of the things I would ask, when they take a look at it, see if it's possible. We could make space here or back here somewhere, put them on the ground where they'd be easier to maintain.
We got to run a bank of lines back up the building to get back in.
No, it's just a question, I mean, they find it out.
Yeah, I mean, we could see what possibilities we have there. I mean, I don't want you to have to oversize the unit just to be able to put it down on the ground.
Well, we've been in a mess ever since we've done what we've done. As far as keeping it going, it's just impossible to keep it going. And then when you start, every time you get on top, you have to have a crane set one up there. So then, you know, it's just a question I would like to see when you get you gonna try to get somebody to come soon?
Yeah, I'll reach out to them and find out what their availability is and just get them to come out here and take a look at it in person. Is there easy roof access or do I have to go over the ladder?
It's a
Well, it's
stair.
easy.
You got
The stair?
Yes, there.
Ladder, flip the lid and go up.
Okay.
I mean, the ladder's already there, you just flip the lid on top of the courthouse and step out on it.
Okay, well, is there any way I can get to that today where I can go up there and walk around and take
Yeah,
some
but
pictures?
watch your head.
Watch my head.
I can show you where it is.
Okay. I just go and get some pictures, get some idea what units are up there, and then get them, like I said, I like them to come look, just in
Yeah.
person.
Well, we don't have, I mean, we don't borrow time, but we got plenty of winter units. So that's what we're going to, because this thing allowed to run today and kick out tomorrow, and it's just been a nightmare.
Those stairs are gonna work.
Gotcha. You know, your biggest culprit, I mean, we could probably get it designed and that kind of thing, but it may be a while because HVAC is not, the supply chain on most of those HVAC stuff is just way out. I mean, it's slowly working its way back up, but getting a contractor here, especially with it being summer full-time, that's gonna be your biggest hurdle to jump. But, we can at least, go ahead and get it designed, get it ready to bid, get it out to bid, and, just find out from, depending on where it is, I assume we're gonna, with 5 units, 4 units minimum, you're probably, you may come in under 50. And I think the new limit's 75, you're gonna get 2 bids. So we may be able to do that instead of having to publicly bid it, and that way you can select whoever you want to do it.
Well, look and see and find out, and we'd like to, like you said, go ahead and advertise it just 3 years down the road or whatever. We gotta make an effort somehow.
Oh yeah, we gotta have AC. Gotta have court.
Yeah, court. Of course, we've got, like I said, we've got a bunch of winter units standing by, but, so, this has been disastrous. So, be in contact with Steve, you gonna get him or Ken to show?
Yeah, I can go with you now.
Yeah, we can go right
Well,
now.
I got a question. DRBR,
Yes, sir.
all submitted, we're just waiting on a response, or?
What we were waiting on now is for them to open the portal. So, the way RBR works is they'll open a portal within the next month, like last time. Portal opened on May 15th. We had a 3-week window to submit all of our projects. So we had everything stacked up and ready to go, and then we started submitting. I'm gonna be honest, it's a pain because they use the MDOT system, which requires a browser, and you have to sit down and do it all in one go. If you ever exit out, you lose your place and you have to start over again. So what we did last time is John got on one computer, on his computer, I got on mine, and we just started back and forth. I'm gonna do this bridge for this county, and he's doing this bridge. And so we just spent the whole 3 weeks submitting projects. When the projects close out, when it closes out is when you can submit, then it gets sent off. And my understanding is they have some sort of formula that they won't tell us, of course, because then we could game the system. And They run it through that formula, it takes into account load factors and all the other things to do with it, where it is, and they rank the bridges. Then they give it to a committee of some number of people, and I think they're mostly MDOT people. And then those, they look down the rank and they decide based off that, they tweak it. And then they send out the list. It has to go before the commissioners at that point, and the commissioners have to approve the list. They did change the rule this time where only 2 of the commissioners have to vote to approve. I don't know if I remember, but last time, one of the commissioners refused to accept the list. And so we were about a month behind schedule on getting everything approved. But this time, they're not gonna let that happen. So, that's what we're waiting on. That's the progress of things.
Probably won't see much out of it this, till end of summer.
Yeah, last time the award took place late July. And we had our submittals in May. And they were supposed to have it to us by July 1, but it didn't happen too long.
So they haven't even opened the portal.
No.
What's the date? They're not giving you a date.
You just open one day, it's there.
One day we'll get an email, portal is open. So that's why we stack everything up and get it ready, because we know we're gonna be having to get it out as fast as possible.
I don't think I told John this, I'm gonna tell you, you might wanna make a note on that 12 miles of road over there.
Mm-hmm.
On the map, that's still Highway 491, even though it's been turned over to the county as a state aid road. So that might help move that up the list, if that was when you submit. So still considered Highway 491 on Google and whatever.
Okay. We'll make note of that on there, and that way, you know, because we have to record like any detours, that kind of stuff. They look
So every
at.
time there's a wreck on 19 or Interstate 20,
Mm-hmm.
that's the road they use.
Okay.
So,
You know, is there a fire station or any of that directly on it? See, that's the kind of stuff that,
and I say direct only about far in that building over there from.
that's the kind of, you know, hospitals, fire stations, schools, you know, if it's a major school bus route, which it sounds like that probably is,
It's 7 buses usually.
that's the kind of stuff that we put on the application, and we've been successful in other counties by trying to just stack that stuff up. And just say, if this thing closes, it's gonna have a major impact on the local community. So, okay.
Well, I guess if you have got, y'all got anything else? Steve, go take a look.
Oh, well, I'm sorry. Is T.L. Wallace gonna come start the chip seal this year, do you think? After the 11 is done? Okay, I got the answer, go ahead. Go to the roof.
Yeah, I'm gonna put it to you like this. I don't really know what else to do. They have,
At least pay for some weather.
yeah,
Okay.
they're paying for some, but I don't know.
So I think they will. One day, but it's gonna be a big convenience in there. Spare time.
They,
And they put it out, it's been 3 years, 2 years, 3 years. What can you bring in there?
I had we had a very large micro seal project in a bid in Jasper County. It's over $2 million micro seal. There's only 2 contractors in this area that do micro seal, and that's T.L. Wallace and Vance Brothers. And T.L. Wallace did it. So I think they're so far behind, they're not even bidding projects right now. Yeah, William was there, and I was just like, oh. But it was okay, it came in decent enough, substantial.
Thank
Good to see y'all, and I hope to be up here a little bit more often, not looking for y'all all the time.
He will be when we get the neighbor out of the shop. We got super neighbor when 2 sensors on, got a wire
cheap.
We could get it, we could get it.
I knew you think about that.
Well, I done told you we got it before July first. Yeah, he can say that. It's not.
You gotta have a machine.
Yeah.
So we got a machine.
Really? I ain't never seen that, I didn't know you had one. Well, I need to tell you.
Chase.
I do.
Heard about it?
Y'all got him squared away?
Y'all need us for anything? Okay.
Y'all need him for anything else?
Y'all good.
We're good.
I got paperwork, we're good, thank you for coming by.
We're gonna do a new one. I just generated this one pretty quick, so didn't get the wording right here, just get it.
We're gonna be out of here by 12, we hope today.
Y'all did say the county ambulance, we both weren't at the last board meeting. That went through that, the maintenance shop was gonna work on that down there? Was that on the, is that what I heard on the
Put it
minutes?
on the minute for them, to check it out. Caleb called me the other day and said Brian Taylor's gonna check it out.
Brian's son,
Sanderson.
Whoever that is.
the ambulance director for the area,
Okay.
he was gonna look at it.
I don't know.
I mean, I called him, he forgot all about
Go ahead,
it.
go ahead and share with us a little bit about what the talk is about using that.
What we decided what we talked about, me and Brian did, we're still gonna bring it to y'all once everything is said and done. Is if we don't have an ambulance in the county at all, what we were thinking about doing is being able to go get that truck, me or Ethan, and have DJ, because DJ's a paramedic and she also works for AmeriPro as a paramedic. So she signed and documented to the county through AmeriPro to be able to do her protocols and stuff like that. So what we thought about doing is being able to pick up the ambulance and meet her at the call. And then if we needed to transport the patient to the hospital or wherever, if we don't have an ambulance in the county. Just a secondary protocol, just in case we needed something. Say if your family, one of y'all's family goes down, we don't have an ambulance in the county, me or him can go pick the ambulance up.
That's why I wanted him to mention it. I wanted Jason to hear that and see what you thought.
I was looking at fire stuff. What?
Okay, just start it, Caleb, one more time.
The county ambulance, we're looking at having it as just a stationary ambulance, so me and Ethan could go pick it up if need be for, like, if we don't have an ambulance in the county. And going and meeting like DJ at a call or something like that, to be able to pick her up, take the patient to the hospital, if we have no ambulance in the county.
Would that be something that you would do anyway in your current role?
Well, so we're both EMTs, we're
Pretty
both,
much.
we're both work, I mean, he's already got his EVOT license for driving an ambulance. I'm working on getting mine. She's a medic, and then we're both putting in, after I get my state license done, to work a part-time shift with AmeriPro to where we can both be under their contract, also working part-time.
For our med control.
For our med control.
We have to have med control.
So we're trying to get in good with them to where we'll be able to also, like I said, assist in every way possible that we can, with the whole
To
community.
answer your question, just like the other day, DJ was working for y'all, we got, you came, we had a possible heart attack at Delta. She started IV and everything in the girl's house. I mean, she was ready for the bus when they got there. They throw her in the bus.
But she says she's an AmeriPro employee.
Yes, sir. She works through America.
She's got all their protocols, so she can work under their protocols.
Right, and I think so long as they're under AmeriPro's umbrella, I think everything will be fine. If they're, it's kind of like we do with our part-time officers, and they respond to a call.
The blanket's got to cover, and that's all that matters.
How would we need to do that? I'm not saying that it's gonna happen, I don't know, just in case.
This is just a start. Like I said, I agree with all those questions that y'all would know a lot more about than I would for sure, so.
You talking about how would it be? Well, AmeriPro would have to bill it because she's working under AmeriPro. So, I mean, it would be,
I don't really care about the bill.
I don't either. I mean, that's,
You don't care about the bill? I'm saying, well, county ambulance picked me up, why am I got this bill from America?
It'd still have AmeriPro inside the ambulance. I mean,
I'm assuming that this will be
Well, it's
staffed with AmeriPro
Yeah,
employees.
so the ambulance is gonna be under AmeriPro's, they're gonna maintenance it, they're gonna work on it, it's gonna be under their inventory. Everything's
They're
gonna
licensed and
be, it's gonna be
Y'all get
licensed
the ambulance
under,
running, and let's talk more about it.
that's fine. I mean, that's,
I agree.
that is fine with me.
Only thing
I
about
just-
the heart attack victim that throws a rod when you're breathing.
Like I said, I was on that call.
And we did all we
I'm
could do
just
on that
trying to do
call
what
to
I
get
can
her
for-
set up.
People, I mean, if we don't have anything,
And
we've been that way for many
That's
times.
appreciated, that's appreciated, but I just think we better be dotting every I.
Oh, I mean, I agree, like with us, I don't know, I mean, with that, if we're gonna be under
Outside the
AmeriPro.
road needed, that'd be great, you know.
I do,
I told them.
Mr. Ken, talking about the generator.
I was gonna ask, is Ken coming back?
I don't know, but, the generator downstairs no longer, it's not working at the moment.
They hear now.
Are they already?
Okay, maybe that's why he's gone.
Yeah, that may
They
be.
were trying to crank it just a few minutes.
Okay.
Okay, all right, then I'll stay out of it then, that's gonna be Mr. Ken. Yes,
Yes, sir.
That's one that says you had to use.
Wow.
Why man, it's locked up.
What else is new?
Jordan,
what you got?
I got 216 section leases, the county school, one on Jeffrey Ackerman, and the other is, I can read the name, Rhonda Havard. Need a motion to accept.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Let your sign.
Marty coming?
Supposed to be here for executive session.
Just your part, that name, Ross.
Yeah, Daniel was, I wrote his name down so I wouldn't, we've been here before, I remember it, but it's when they first came. Charles, I've got a employment agreement that y'all have already previously agreed to for Corby Mann and Jennifer Green with the youth court. That's that money that the state came up with.
Yeah, and we approved this a couple of months ago, but we want to make sure the money was going to be available before we went out and started contracting. But it is available, it's been allocated or appropriated by the state. The AOC's given us this to alleviate a backlog of data entry that CPS hadn't done on the youth court side.
That's what their responsibility is.
Right. And
Rule they do.
it doesn't matter, they can do it here, they can do it at home.
They
it's
do
just-
remote.
Mhm.
Okay.
And the AOC's actually giving them the equipment, the scanners and computers and stuff, not giving it to them, but lending it to them, yeah, lending it to them. They had to go through some training and, so it's good, it's needed.
I've got May on there, she didn't tell me she wasn't gonna come, I just put her name down. Let's see, I think that's I got, you want me to go over these employee changes, Steve just gave me?
You got his list?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's get them over.
David Priory, quits from 911 dispatch, Zachary Jackson, that deleted him out of 911, haven't been to work. Pam Skinner retired 4/19, 911. Charles Graham landfill, part-time at $10 an hour. Alexis Jones, 911, full-time employment.
You got Marty's number.
Jonathan Fincher, Charles Gall, Big Four, full-time. And Jimmy Goss, Big Three. And that's it.
That's part-time. Did you say part-time on Jimmy Goff?
Didn't say, what?
It's part-time.
She didn't have the checks. But I checked.
Charles, you wanna go through Steve's list?
Yes, sir.
All right, need a motion, to approve travel for the board and county officials for the summer convention.
So moved.
motion to,
Okay.
It's written down for you.
So,
You don't look like Steve.
I didn't get a list.
team
what's
player.
in the back?
It's right behind your minutes, Charlie.
Well, who's that? Steve?
Go back and break them up,
Come on,
Steve.
come on, Max. You got
He's
another-
trying to move too
I'm
fast.
trying to jump it
Right
off.
there, where's that?
I'm trying to pop the clutch and George ain't letting me.
Continue on when he gets ready.
You're down to fixed assets.
Fixed assets, all right. We are, let's see, Alyssa and Caleb went through their inventories and they're wanting to swap some stuff back and forth so that they will be in charge and wouldn't be on the Alderman's inventory. Anyway, that first section, the enclosed trailer, that belonged to Mike Butler. He's transferred it to the sheriff's office. Some computers being transferred from EMA to 911, and then a bunch of stuff like diesel tanks, gas meter, the truck that was listed under 911 is being transferred to EMA. Then that next section, they want to junk all of these items: portable water heaters, a bunch of radios, a contamination burn, an old weather station, a rangefinder, a couple of old computers, a projector, a time station clock, and a printer. And then the command trailer has been traded with Lauderdale, that needs to be removed. The elite hauler body for the F-550 went with the 550 when it was sold, so that needs to be removed. And then the other thing is the Campa trailer, people like to post for sale to be open for bids June 5th. It's that little bitty trailer that pops up. And it's got all of the
If you're Galloway, survivalist,
the survival trailer.
Let's forget that, they were posted for business.
My knowledge
Like I
is
say, we're pretty nice.
Need a motion and a second.
So, are you gonna, wait a minute, what all are you gonna put together? All that goes on one motion, Steve?
Yeah, let's put it all together.
Okay.
Transferring
The one that you can transfer, then the one you're gonna delete,
Yes.
we need to separate that, don't
Well, I've got it listed all under.
we? You got it listed already?
I got it all listed as one order. And the only thing, Kenny just pointed out, that we didn't declare the Campa trailer surplus. Need to do that on that bottom line, George. Declare it surplus and post for sale.
But it'll still be under the same motion.
Yeah.
We'll just fix it in the wording.
You make that motion.
I'll make it.
Second.
I'll second it.
Any good? Okay.
All in favor? Carried. Now, we're on,
Bids for your tractor.
You have one bid there, Charlie.
okay. Here on Master First Truck, Patrick Finer. I bid $4,001 on Master Perkins 471 two-wheel drive, Patrick Finer. 601-562-2119 is his phone number. That's my tractor, I'll accept that bid.
We'll accept it.
Yeah.
Second.
All in favor? No. It was, they make that tractor, make it 4 years, discontinued, and I give $6,000 for it. I've had it 13 years. And every time, I had a Jeep one time that break down sitting in the yard. That tractor the same way, every time you get ready to get on it. Yeah. So I am proud, he's proud on, what's that there?
That's where we're at now, Steve.
Interfund loans. Solid Waste owes General County $22,035 for the indirect administrative costs for 2022. Fund 226 B4 Bond INS owes General Fund $18,707. This was for a loan correcting negative cash balance. And B4 Road owes General County $35,000 for a 2021 loan for operating purposes. Need pay those.
So moved.
All in favor? Here, you second,
Yeah, I think,
or do you just run?
I think.
That was not what I call a month.
Okay, I carried. Go ahead.
Pat Harrison said that John Walker's four-year term is expired, and if y'all wish to appoint him or reappoint him, you need to do that.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor? Here.
We had some more checks that were lost in the mail, beats 1, 2, and 5 to Parish Tractor dated March the 6th. Ashley called and got y'all to approve them, so now we're putting them on the minutes. Voiding check 139136 for $111.18 from beat 1, check 139152 for $1,792.82 from beat 2, check 139205 for $61.22 from beat 5. So these,
Second.
All in favor? I tell you, I don't know where I got caught, and they wouldn't sell a part at Mac's place. And because we owed $2,500, and that was from last September, and they had credits on it, called Ashley, they got it straight. It's already September, I don't know what's going on with the mail postal service or the,
That's all in Texas, going to Texas and being catched. That's what it is.
well, I understand that too, I guess, but if it, I don't know what's happened, but it's been a mess, thing has changed. Go ahead, supervisor meeting, we done that. We done approved that.
yeah, Jason did that one, okay. Holiday, Monday, May the 29th is Memorial Day.
No.
We've done this, let's cancel
We
it
did-
third
we did
Thursday meeting.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
All right, y'all, last time talked about canceling your third Thursday meeting each month and just meeting first Monday. Do you want to do that?
So moved.
Do discussion for 1 second, I don't care.
Okay,
We can always.
Do you remember, yeah, but do you remember when we didn't have the third Thursday? It was so much stuff on first Monday that sometimes you didn't get out here till late. No, I don't care.
Well,
Do what
if
you
it
want
looks
to
like
do.
it's gonna be a problem, we can always go back to family, so. It ain't the end of the world.
Who seconded the motion?
If we,
Y'all got any other discussion?
I'm waiting on the motion.
Uh,
I wouldn't know the count.
Okay, all in favor? We'll go.
All right.
Third Thursday meeting's canceled.
Memorial Day, Monday, May 29th is holiday. First Monday meeting, Aubrey Skinner, daughter of Amanda Skinner, and Drew Stevens, son of Marty Stevens, will be here. They won the $500 scholarships from MAS, so we got the checks, and y'all can get a photo presenting that to them next time. Upcoming meetings, May 22nd, Farmers Market, vendor meetings at 4 o'clock. Tuesday, May 23rd at 1:30, the CTE PV project ribbon cutting. You want to talk about that?
Yeah, y'all should really go by there anyway and tour that thing. It's really impressive, but they're gonna have a lot of folks, Delbert Hoseman and, just a bunch of there's gonna be a lot of people there. And it's a good.
It's PV still?
Yeah.
So they're moving everything from the center up here, I think.
Most of it, they've got everything but the actual ag stuff done, and they hope to have that much moved over next year.
What do they do with that?
It'll either gonna be a kindergarten or 6th grade.
Okay.
And then your summer convention, 12 through 16.
That's at the
Yeah, that's it. That's what he texted y'all about. That,
that's the
Tuesday,
Tuesday at 1:30.
Be there.
yeah.
They already approved that seat, the travel.
Marty, I told him to be here about 10 or 10:30.
Just talked to him, and Charles wanted to come on, he says on his way.
Okay, so he should be here. And the only other thing left over from last meeting was massive insurance. We were gonna talk with it.
In regard to our show barn, I talked with Dick probably 20 minutes about it. And this all originated because of a situation they had in Tippah County. That person came in and put the deposit down to rent the building. There's gonna be a gospel singing concert. It turned out to be something slightly different from a gospel singing concert. There were shots fired, someone was shot, maybe even killed. I can't remember what he said. They were shot, so everybody involved got sick. Particularly the county. So that's how this has come about. And he understands, I talked to him about, well, what do we, you know, we've got a facility for people to use. People, the taxpayers have built this facility. The county maintains it. You have two people on a Thursday night that want to go work 2 horses. Are you really going to require them to have $1 million out there? That's just not feasible. So he said, I get it. He said, but I, you know, when you talk about, well, when you don't do it for everybody, how are you going to require it from those you feel you need to? So that, in other words, he put it back in our lap, but he understands where we are. So it's just going to be up to us, I guess, to decide. In my opinion, if we stick to requiring a liability policy from everybody, we're going to have very limited use of the facility. We'll have some that'll do it, no question, because the policy won't be that expensive. I don't think.
Maybe no price, anything per event.
I don't. I know what I'm
We
talking about.
we had a list. What I done with it,
I mean, what do we rent that thing?
it's not much, I got a list that hadn't been too long ago, like,
It's like a $400 deposit,
Yes.
and then it's $50 an hour for just a couple hours, and then it gets into, I think, a couple $100 for a day. It's not terribly expensive, but again, for a one-time,
2 horses for that, I was just looking for a big event.
yeah.
What we have a blues thing out there, what was that gonna cost?
Got some guys.
Less than $300, isn't it? I mean, that's.
what?
In August, he wants to rent it for a blues concert or festival.
But just doing a quick little search, it looks like just depending on the number of people that'll be attending, it can be as low as $100 and as much as $400 for a one-day event. So I mean, it's not necessarily cost prohibitive.
No, it's not the cost, but I'm talking about if we say you're not gonna rent it unless you give us a certificate of insurance showing that you've got $1 million liability policy and name Newton County as additional insured,
Oh yeah, that's gonna knock
you're
90%
knocking
of our usage.
95, 98% of the
But
people
we
out.
ain't, I'll just tell you, we ain't gonna use it, we need to tear it down.
I mean, that's kind of where we are. I mean, I get the liability.
You know, we just pump more money into it, into this painting and air conditioning and get it presentable for the people in Newton County to be able to lease it and use it, kids, whatever. And as soon as you get that done, well, now if you walk and stop and pull on the gate, you need $1 million worth of liability insurance because the gate may fall over. I mean, what do? We running around here in circles.
That's the world we live in, unfortunately.
Well, I
That's
mean,
the world we
there's
live in.
got to be there's got to be something.
Well, the out is
Like if the school uses it, they're already got insurance.
correct, and FFA, not FFA, 4-H and folks like that,
Extension service.
They got that.
they've got it. And, but if some of these riding clubs also have it, if they're formed appropriately and
Next
everything.
month, or July, whenever it is, they'll, a ride will leave there going to, Jackson.
In February,
So-
69.
February. So I mean,
Somebody with insurance needs to sponsor whatever they have out there. That way they'll follow the umbrella.
I mean, but we gotta do something. You know, we
We're
won't
building a new.
No, absolutely
use
not.
it.
If you can't use the one you got, how stupid would you look to go out there and spend money to build something else?
All right, let's discuss this, think about it, we'll table it right now, Marty's here, let's take care of him, you need to be in executive session. Okay.
You want me-
This is personnel,
Yes.
I'm assuming?
I make a motion for discovery, to see if take session is necessary and personnel.
we didn't do anything in executive session. No action. What did you find out, what you got for us?
On the generator?
Yeah.
Well, upon further investigation, I found out that back in February, filters were changed, all of our preventive maintenance stuff was done at 272 hours. So I got thinking, well, let me look on this generator and see how long the motors ran after that. So it hasn't. Its clock stopped at 272 hours on the motor. I know for a fact it was running prior to our preventive maintenance done in
And it
February.
had the bio in there then.
And it was exercising, same fuel. And so they had fuel man, their special fuel man come out today and look at it. And he agrees with me, there's no biofuel in there. So he called his boss, and his boss was trying to school me on fuel, and I told him I didn't need to be schooled, I'm good. Send me a technician. And so we got a scheduled technician coming pretty soon. Maybe today's Friday, it may be next week. So, but I personally have, took the fuel line off the motor itself. We're pumping fuel to where it's supposed to go, and where the pressure's right. I'm not a diesel mechanic, but I got enough sense to troubleshoot. So, it's not around here.
I know our little Taylor thing, we had to check it, 3 cents per.
But
Maybe a couple.
You get fuel to the injectors?
well, I didn't go to the injector. Go in.
Well, if we get fuel to the injector, if it's not, like if, I ain't looked at it, but a lot of diesel engines, you got a fuel pump, then you got a high pressure fuel pump.
Yeah.
And if a high pressure fuel pump ain't working, it's not enough pressure to pop the injectors up and make them fire. So,
It don't do nothing. Moving back, I'm not a diesel mechanic, but I do have enough sense to know that we are getting fuel, and I ain't buying the deal about the biofuel, and I told his boss that. So we have another technician coming. We're gonna take the fuel line out of the tank, put it in a 5-gallon bucket of fuel to see if it'll run off that fresh fuel, so to speak, to eliminate, process elimination on the fuel. So that's what we're gonna do when that technician gets here. Okay? And then we're gonna put it back in the tank because it ain't gonna prove nothing other than there's an issue somewhere else. But it ain't gonna run, in my opinion. We'll go
Like
from
you
there.
start with the injector, but.
So,
Computer controls or anything, it was all the time.
it's,
we won't be running man.
it's got boards on it. It's
It's
not the old school, but it's not like.
You think, did they run it the day they did the service?
See, that's why I checked the hours. I don't believe they did, because it would have showed something.
They changed fuel filters.
Yes.
No.
Supposed to do that,
Mechanic
they
would
always
not
do it.
crank that thing, when they put fuel filters. They would have to crank. I would have to hear it run before I was here.
But, anyway,
Well, we waiting on technician.
yes, sir. That's right. Second one. So,
First one just said buy old diesel and walk away.
walk away from it, yep.
Well, if it gets down to it, Joe knows some people can work on that stuff, and we also know.
I got a guy that works for me, get running in 30 minutes and they're on.
We're gonna give them one more chance.
Well, I actually had
Make it
my
right.
guy come by too, I don't know if Kenny did that. Clyde came by Tuesday morning and he said all electronics, he didn't have what he needed, so.
We're gonna wait on
Not just
that.
the diesel engine, it's the electronics on it, so.
All right, Ken, that's all we need to know. We'll wait till further
Instructions.
well, we gotta wait on the tech, I guess.
Yep.
That's what we're doing. I mean, this computer, we might have inside, that's a little bit too much right now. Just somebody can scan it.
I got you.
I guess you heard we're gonna have a designer on that AC, HVAC, we're gonna get an engineer to draw us up
That's a good thing.
Well, anything will be a good thing if you go there.
Yep, that's a good thing. Right now, we're waiting on them to come to a certain call now on downstairs. So, been a couple of days. But anyway, the money units, they've been on the site for a year now, so I keep shuffling around, you know.
George is professional, plugging him up, if you need any help.
Oh, okay.
Our maintenance guy took care of us this morning. We have a backup plan.
Good.
Yeah, we're trying to find some more to go with it.
I see they tearing the building down,
They're doing that for 2 months.
in the process of tearing the building down.
Yes, for brick by brick.
They
Y'all want
must
any
be
bricks? I
part
think you got enough time to go get some, you know, sentimental value over there, anything, so, just saying.
Pick me a couple.
I'm gonna holler at you before I leave for the day, for I'm trying to get some advice.
Sure, just give me a call. Sounds good, thank you.
He's gonna leave it here. Kenny said we need that, and he's gone. He got that printed up. Charles,
I need it.
no, that's Charles. But I was rule of order. Put it right there.
Yeah, so y'all got anything else?
Yeah.
I mean, I had the last call, so I get Charles a call, and let him stay.
Still on that guy.
Since y'all own the possible.
Mr. President, I do have one thing.
Yes, sir, go ahead. What you got?
Jonathan White,
I'm enjoying it, I'm sorry.
Jonathan White, of Union County School, texted me while we was in this meeting, and he needs some help. They need 16 loads of sand hauled. Well, I don't know, this may be in call. Hey,
Charles, I'm putting
Yes,
the
sir.
minutes, I'm going to my transfer reports convention next week. And talk again.
What if we don't approve?
Why are you even going?
Going anyway.
yes, yes, sir, we went and looked at it yesterday, and we gonna fix it.
All right,
Yes, sir.
Steve, you tell them we'll make a note to ring our number for the meeting coming up.
Take care of it, Mr. Kirby.
That's gonna be.
All right, we'll take care of it.
18th?
Thank you.
Next
Thank you,
Tuesday.
buddy.
When?
Next Tuesday.
Okay.
Would you
You
like
should
me to
have got
call him and see
one
where
of
he's
the
got
house.
to come from?
Guess I'm saying, when I heard the city, so I got up there saying industrial park.
Well, they probably got this set up. I haul rock all the time, they take care of all the paperwork, just tell me where to go pick it up.
Steve, while we done in November, get to call AP and tell them to send you a letter that they can't furnish us with.
We got it.
You know, get it?
Got it.
Then go there. Usually we can pay that.
But you can't get not anywhere else.
Where we going, that's what I was thinking.
Doug.
That's what Doug shows up, let me know.
He said,
Can you get it for us?
we got, if we had somebody to load it, but he's out sick this week.
Now, folks, how much they got out of it?
It looked pretty good last time I looked at it.
Won't tell you that, I got it off the road, when we was getting off the road, it's the best I've had.
Tell you what, they got 8 to.
That
All
time.
right, I got one. You waiting on this phone call?
Yeah, I tried to call.
I'm waiting on him, all right. I had a flat on my truck, 385, 65 R22.5. That's a big tire on the max. And the rim was busted, so I found 2 steel rims, and I got a rim and one is busted. I got 2 tires. If one of y'all need a spare or need, if y'all still running wide tire, them aluminum rims, say $1,000 each.
Who is?
I think that's what's on there.
It's a granite, that's what it is.
Let me verify.
So,
I got it.
2007 model, like, yeah, because I told one up on, scale, Meridian, and everything.
Yeah, I looked around, but I got one that's good, and And then the tar is good, both tires are good, but the other one over there.
Tire man on the ring.
Yeah. And one that's not, I took it off. So,
You know, so,
385-65-R22.5.
That's what all of them running for.
that sounds right.
It's just some more big balloon tires.
It's the aluminum wheels they come with. And this one is busted on the inside. Usually they bust around the lugs, but this one busted on the inside.
I had to buy two wheels about 3 years ago on an Esco overload.
What shop you'll go for when I hear it? Notice that rain coming in.
I just throw that out to y'all, because some of y'all can use this thing, but that's out there at my barn.
Oh, that's okay.
Okay.
I need to mention, put it on board minutes, we're purchasing dirt from Troy Meats out on Lawrence Hazel, so that's built for dirt to get there. Do you know where that is?
I opened it, you just got back in. Good dope too.
Troy Meats, it is sticky.
We're out on that road.
It's almost Highway 8, from the barn, it's almost Highway 8,
Okay.
about a quarter mile on Highway 8.
I got one more thing, Steve, I can't never remember it. And you touched on this Newton Kemper Regional Library.
George knows all about it.
Miss Turner, Turnage company, I guess she's up over that at Newton.
She's the director of the McMullen Trust.
I don't think they ever received any funding. Is there anything we can find out where the money goes?
Let me bring you up to date what I know. I didn't know anything until she started in on that, and it's good to know. The Kemper Regional Library is funded by Kemper County and Newton County. We put in 90,000, they do 65. Their payroll is over $200,000 dollars, so it doesn't even cover payroll. The state does not directly participate in funding the libraries. They have a state library commission, that they give out grants. The library directors, if they don't apply for these grants, they don't get no money. Ms. McMullen is over that, Ms. Turnage is over at McMullen Trust. The towns have to furnish the library and the maintenance thereof. The Newton Board gives money to the union, which I guess is a central location for us in Newton County. And they distribute it. They're supposed to have the current library director plus the head board member to sign all the paychecks. I don't know what's being done. There's a particular procedure on replacing board members. Kemper County gets so many, we get so many, they're on alternating years. After they've been there such a period of time, they serve 5-year sentences. I don't see where,
Does our money just go to payroll?
well, the two counties together don't even cover payroll, so I don't know where they get enough.
Payroll.
I guess it does, it goes
You
to.
don't supposed to get in it. I know with Chunky here, you know, we would always get a bill every year from them.
But
They never done anything for us. We opted out.
But the and you all can, I told Charles this morning, you all can opt out. It's a 60-day notice that you're opting out of it, and because it's set by law, I think it's $1.5 million is what goes to the libraries, collected on taxes, which is what they're doing. Newton participated last year. I think they gave $17,000 to the union. But the library director in each of these libraries, if they don't request books, they don't get no books. Now, I know Newton just got new computers, because I've had Tyler, our senator on it, and Randy Rushing, and that's where I found out that the state does not participate directly with the Kemper Regional Library Board. That thing was set up in 1978. It was a long process to find out where it was set up. But it's all in black and white, what's supposed to be done. You know, I don't nobody's checking on nothing.
Do we have any way to know where the money goes?
They put out a financial report, and I let Steve look at it, and he said it didn't look very professional. It doesn't show.
Would we be wise to ask the director of the Kemper Regional Library System to
Which
come
is
to?
Miss Donna Cleveland, and Pam Keith is a trustee from here. And, the lady down at Newton that took Eddie Phillips' place, I can't remember her name. But, you know, the McMullen Trust actually had nothing to do with the Kemper Regional. That is something the McMullen set up
Just for the new.
for, well, they got money. I don't know how they decided to disperse it. I think Ms. Dark is over there.
I thought they had one out of Kemper County too, that girl that could.
Well, they've got a director up there too. There's one in DeKalb and one at Union,
So there's two directors.
evidently so. But Donna's one at Union. But you know, when I saw that the contributions from the two counties couldn't possibly equal 10 employees' salaries and benefits, you know.
I guess our part, what do these 10 employees do?
She asked me the same questions. Long conversation.
Now, 10 employees, that would be Newton, that'd be Decatur, that'd be Union,
That's 10 employees
DeKalb, and
at the library.
yeah.
So they are paying the salary, part of the
They're getting
salary
paid
for the person
for
at
something,
library.
but they're saying y'all's contribution in DeKalb and Kemper County is not enough to cover those salaries, unless they're not making nothing.
Before we have,
We pay 9, and Kemper probably pays 9. You can pay 17, so we're.
I'll get rid of my list before I need to go. And it's coming to the
We're in
extension.
65,
George,
between
isn't
the
it
90, 11, 65.
like you do the extension service, we just get the money and then they distribute it where it needs to be.
Right.
Think about it.
We don't have anything to do with that. And you all as a board, since I have sat in here, because Jesse May Everett was on the board a long time, and that's what Pam took her place, but you all have took the recommendation of the board of trustees on who to appoint. That's how that woman at Newton got appointed to take Eddie's place. The library board recommended to you all, and y'all just accepted. That's what you always do.
about 3 years ago,
Yeah.
wouldn't we be wise to have somebody representative for them
$30.
come answer these questions for us before we do another budget, which is coming up pretty soon?
Contact whoever, George or Steve want, contact them and see if they can get us financial.
Well, yeah, I was
Or
gonna say,
advice
because
distribute or something.
once we do what we gonna do, we're at it. I mean, once we donate, or not donate, whatever it is, we do every
Extension
year.
service.
Not like this, that's right, not like this extension service. Once we do our part, then we're out of it till next year's budget time. We don't know if they got one person or
Or,
a
like I
thousand.
said, I'm not insinuating doing anything, you can take your $90,000 and distribute it among your county libraries as you see fit. You don't have to go through that.
Well, I think it'd be good to hear from them what they're doing with our money, and then we can make that decision.
Yeah, 'cause I think Union does a lot. Does the one that you do a lot of business? That you know of?
She told me to have her in her books. Did she tell you
Guys
that?
got a new book in years.
Well, I know Union, you can go to Union, those cars in and out of there all day, every day. So, I mean, something,
If you don't.
they're using it.
That's what I was, if you do not ask, if the director, the local libraries does not put in their request, I guess they get the computers automatically, but I don't think they get looked, I think you have to.
All right, we don't use the money, where's it go?
They employees.
As I said,
I don't know. All right, carry on.
Will you contact Ms. Cleveland, one of y'all, and see if they would come speak to us? Maybe we can get an update on this and have a little more knowledge.
The school just called back. They need 330 yards of sand hauled from Blackwell Sand to the high school. Down on 19th. Huh?
Go ahead.
When y'all wanna haul it? Right now, I'm hauling Crusher Run and number 67 to my barn just to stockpile. If y'all wanna haul them over, I'd put 2 trucks on it. Instead of hauling from Worthing Blue Lake, haul from Black.
I got a Eugene truck, but I don't have a driver.
He's out.
accommodating time
They don't work
expired.
on Friday. You out. You're out.
I'm out.
I'll
You
start
say
hauling,
330?
I'll start hauling tomorrow.
330 yard?
Yeah, so it'd be somewhere, 10 loads is gonna be, in Palmer trailers is around 22 yards, so that'll be 220, so you're gonna have to make
At least 15 load.
15 loads. I'll put my boys on, come on.
You're
We
good,
get
man.
it all hauled before y'all get there to help, before we get it, it'll be done.
I just,
No, but if I get hit something, I'm gonna hit it head on, I ain't gonna be dragging.
Let me throw one more out, I'm sorry. I had a lady call me yesterday from Center for Pregnancy Choices. Her name is Sarah Smith, she's executive director in Meridian. And she's wanting to get out to counties and municipalities to put the word out on what they do. And she was wanting to come to the board meeting today, and I said, well, why don't I mention it to the board and we'll get you on the agenda for the next meeting, so.
so, just like we talking about, the next meeting gonna be,
Yeah.
every chair's gonna be full, so we be ready. But,
The next meeting is June
Fifth.
5th.
Well, I'm gonna say this, if we get in here and take care of business, I don't care if there's 50 people here, we still got it before 4 o'clock.
do 30 minutes ago, we was 10:30.
That's wasteful.
But
What it is what it is.
it is, George, what's his name, asked you to check and see whose turn it was for the fire truck. You said it's on the minute somewhere.
Yeah, we came up with that, didn't we? It was Newton one.
I think you can get on the top of the list.
I don't know.
Well,
I know
that's
they
kind
got the need, but I know 2 little communities in my district get squashed on.
well, that's kind of one of the things I was gonna ask, you know, that's rural money they use to go to the city. And they tax inside the cities, so that when it gets time for the rules, we, you know, gotta wait on the money. But that's the way the fire people, fire coordinators, our fire chiefs voted on it. Just throw it all in one pile and put it where it needs. But to collect
I
outside.
ain't saying that Newton don't need it worse than Chunky. But I don't know if it's gonna be a county truck, and we get a double cab fire truck, how many county roads you gotta move, turn that thing around?
That's what my next question, or next thing is, after I thought about what he was talking about, that thing won't be going out in some of the roads out
Hey,
to get in or out or nowhere.
I think it
but he
changed
did
it.
get a price on both of them when it comes to that.
It changed it to single cab, I think.
No, it was on there, but he did change it, so I knew it was priced.
Single or double.
It was on the minutes this last time. We got
But
2
he
or 3
went
more
to
years,
see.
ain't 5 past this.
Huh?
Sure.
2 or 3 more years.
Yeah, for truck. That's why I ain't know.
Well, the way the money's brought in is
Okay.
tax,
That's
county's
good.
tax,
I just need to know.
the city's tax, maybe the city, you know, we get rebate funds and stuff to go to the county, and then it goes back to the city, so you keep doing it that way, the county's always gonna get short end of the stick. And before, the fire trust money was, I think it's during, probably me and Buddy and James Smith, and whoever, Walter Gardner on board, we had the whole fire department, Smith, just put it where the truck need to be, and didn't go by, we quit going by that list, but we had a list of rotation who was in it. And I don't know, it'd be, George, you're talking about going back where it'd have to go back a long way, since I was thinking. It'd have to go, I don't even know. But
I don't think it was based on rotation.
it was at one time, but it was at
You
one
done
time.
got a county truck, Chunky Hickory, never got a county truck.
Yeah,
The rotation got a little bit sideways, so.
it has. I agree. I don't
Well,
agree
it was
with that.
started on rotation. I don't think the rotation. Well, I can
followed.
see where needs come and go. And you know, if that thing actually good for 30 years, Chunky little truck will probably be good and just kind of the principle. Or Hickory's truck.
Yeah. But that was one of the things I had on my notes. Have you got anybody doing that? Are you looking back to see if that, does it make any difference if that's what we want to do?
They found it in the minutes.
Well, they did find it minutes, and suppose that we had named, according to the way that was written, which I brought up here, at some point in the past, we had said that Newton would be next. That's what it said on that piece of paper, but you looking at 2 years. I really hate to hold that to say we're gonna get Newton a truck, and let's say Chunky's, Hickory's, Youngstown, Lawrence, somebody's
Why is
truck
that?
completely went down, then we've handcuffed ourselves to follow through with something. I'd like to say, when we get a truck in here, then we look with help from Brian and Caleb, Ethan, and then we place this truck where it is best needed at that time. Is my thought process. And I may not even be on this board then, but whoever.
Did we make a motion last time? Did we?
I hadn't seen the
Made a
list.
motion to,
To get one,
truck.
but we didn't say where it was going.
Advertise.
Well, no, we take state contract rights.
Yeah. But we didn't name
But
what
we never did approve, cause we had 2 different trucks, we never have said,
That's right,
get a truck yet, so we just get a price.
that's right. So like I said, we know part of this board won't be here in 2 years. It may not be any of us here in 2 years. So I don't really want to bound somebody sitting in one of these chairs to give this truck to Newton when another one of the departments may need it worse.
You don't have to, when your term's up, that, the agreement's all gone, and you board can do whatever they want to do.
Yeah, but they'll be gone because of something we said, so I don't want to do that.
Get me up, all right, I'm ready to go. Y'all, you got anything else? Joe, I cannot get there. I've got a hard part-time driver.
Joe, if you let me on Monday, I had, well, you don't just do farming, I could do a farming grant.
I'm probably gonna, I make whatever truck I got. Like I said, it's supposed to rain again this evening, so working on dirt roads is out. And I got some part-time guys, working in the summer that can fix potholes, dig out culverts. So I may put all my trucks on tomorrow. I won't get it all in one day. I'll just have to see how it works out, who all is gonna be there and whatever.
Where you gonna haul to?
High school,
What you gonna put?
I managed for a ball field, I didn't manage what I figured. I've hauled them broke up bricks, rock, out sand, they put it wherever.
What about, where's the Blackwood pit at?
No 19 south, where turn off where the dirt road is just right there.